Hey there, everyone. Sorry, I'm just getting stream set up. Just give me a second. Freddie, I'm sorry. You're gonna have to get up. One sec. Hello, everybody. Hello. Give me a second. Sorry, I'm just still getting stream set up. I don't have a stream starting soon banner, so when I start my stream, it's just like a black screen. I realize that that's probably not great, but it is what it is. I'm just gonna be so real with all of you. I'm exhausted. I am so exhausted. I took a nap and I woke up and I was like, do I have the energy to stream? And my first answer was no. But then I was like, I should probably stream. So here I am. I am here. I woke up at like 5 a.m. this morning. Got barely any sleep last night. Worked a whole double. And here I am. I am here. So hello, Jackie, Ace, Kiz, Amber, Farina, Josh, One Love, Mean or Mine? I'm not sure. Jamie, hello. Hello, everybody. Happy to see people popping in. As you're probably aware here, let me adjust my mic real quick. Oh, that's not what I want. Hello, Alex. Welcome, everybody. As you're all probably aware, I put out a video recently, and it is doing very well. It's getting spread far and wide, which is what I wanted to see. Hello, Francis. Hello, Ugly. Hello, Actual Basket Case. Hello, everybody. Yeah, so made my video recently about the whole situation with Marcy in Florida. And, you know, part of the goal of the video was to try to get the word out because I was not seeing literally anybody talk about what was going on with that story. I didn't see it reported on at all by anybody except for like Aaron. And, I decided to make a video about it. You know, it's like we gotta talk about this stuff. I know, like, it's honestly like there's so much news happening. There are so many things happening. I understand that we're all like trying to bunker down and pick our battles, and like no one can cover everything that's happening right now. And so it definitely felt like a moment where, like, you know, I needed to give a voice to what happened in Florida with Marcy. So that I'm glad to see that people are sharing that video, that people are engaging with that video to push it into the algorithm. It's definitely working. It's getting the news spread about it, what happened there, and I'm hoping that helps what Marcy did, you know, mean something more than just the sacrifice. Emmett, hello. That's fine. I totally get it. Sidrith, you're making an ice cream float. That sounds delicious. Christian Davis, hello. Hello. Glad you're all here. Yeah, so the video is getting shared quite a lot, and there's a lot of engagement. What's kind of crazy about it, if you go look at the comment section, you will see. I was going to ask if you heard about the trans woman that was arrested in Florida. Yeah, I'm like the only person reporting on it. Like, I'm like the only person, which is kind of crazy. I expected other channels to report on that as well, but I haven't seen anyone else. Maybe someone else did report on it, but I haven't seen it. Which I get. I mean, there's a lot happening right now. Like, there's so much happening. So it's you know, it's understandable that. I just gave Fred so much attention. We just napped together. Like, I just cuddled with him for like an hour and a half and gave him a lot of pet and a lot of attention. And he's still begging for attention. Still begging for attention. He's trying to get my shirt all covered in fur. Oh, it's a dog. It's a stinky boy, is what it is. Yeah, Freddy, you're a stinky boy. Stinky boy. But yeah, one thing I noticed about the video is that it's getting a lot of hate engagement. There are a ton of trolls, absolutely a metric butt ton of trolls in the comment section, which I made a pinned comment basically saying like, hey, don't feed the trolls, don't engage with them, don't interact with them, don't inspire them or anything, because like I leave like I don't just delete every negative comment or every troll, because their engagement helps me. Like when they comment on my video or hate watch it, which most of them don't hate watch it, but they do comment on it. When people do stuff like that, it actually helps my channel out. Like they're helping push my channel into the algorithm, because the algorithm doesn't really see, it doesn't really, like it sees that there's a ton of engagement happening, so it's like, oh, this must be a good video. It's really driving people to engage, and then it recommends it to more people. Freddy fur on my face. You want a cat, but you're moving to Hawaii. Well, I hope you're able to get a cat anyway. Hey there, Rachel. What do I think about Cory Booker? I mean, Cory is not the worst, you know, person, not the worst representative on the Dems side, but he's not the best. Presidential material, I don't know about that. I don't know. I gotta give Cory credit for what he did on the floor. Like that was a like if we could get like 20 or 30 senators to just like rotate giving speeches and holding the floor forever, like the Democrats, there are certain things that they could do to try to like make a difference in delaying what's happening, and like what Cory Booker did, if we could get that to be more normal, like if we could, not, it doesn't have to be the same like length of time obviously, but like if we get one senator to go for 20 hours and then, you know, the next day someone else goes for 12 hours and then the next day someone goes for 15 hours, like we could keep kicking the can down the road essentially and delay the, you know, the, like it would throw the Congress into chaos. And I think that would be a cool strategy to see like played out, because it would rely on the actual effort and energy and passion of elected officials to like do something, you know, to like do something. But it's actually, it's disheartening to me that so many representatives seem to be like, they're like, wow, Cory, what you did was so incredible, no one else could have possibly have done that. Like I hate that reaction. Like Cory, like it should have been inspirational for people to like watch Cory and be like, I should do the same thing, like I should do that too. Like that's how I feel about it. Hello, Divis, I'm not sure how to say that. Yeah, that comment section sucked. I don't know what happened with that. I did just see a video from another creator talking about that YouTube removed protection for trans people in their moderation. I mean, I saw that too. But like I definitely, I don't know. I don't know. Like my comment sections usually do have a lot of trolls in them. People like it just happens. Like the trolls, like what I kind of assume is that there's like some hate forum somewhere, and essentially, you know, like my video will get shared on the hate forum, and then they flood my comment section or whatever. But I mean, like I the trolls are pathetic. Like there's this one guy who was commenting, or girl, I guess, apparently they're a woman, which I find very hard to believe. they had like 2 different accounts with racist names, and they were commenting like under a bunch of different people's like replying to a bunch of people's comments, and they left like a bunch of individual comments. This one person commented 53 times since I last looked, and they have commented more times. So like one troll commented and replied 53 times on that video, and that's just one. Like that's just one. So these people are pathetic. They are absolutely scum of the earth. Like they have nothing better to do, but then like it's either they are the most pathetic, pitiful people that have ever existed, or they are bots, like Russian farmed or funded bots. Like that is absolutely a real thing, by the way. Like that is absolutely a real thing. So just saying, you know, like try not to view all of these trolls as real people, because a lot of them aren't. Like there's so much money on the right. Like all of the stuff they accuse the left of like billionaire funded activists or billionaire funded whatever. Like the right actually does that. They actually do that shit. So you know what I mean? Like it's very likely that a lot of these people are either bots or Russian funded ops, or just like not real people. And if they are real people, they're some of the most depraved, pathetic people on the face of the earth. So I just wanted to make that very clear. You know, let's not feed the trolls. The engagement helps me out, so that's why I leave it there. And also, like, I am principled about free speech. Like, if someone threatens violence on me or whatever, or like says something like absolutely horrendous, then yeah, I'm gonna remove something like that. But if they're just commenting really ignorant, like super stupid stuff, I just leave it. Like, I feel like it's when someone comments, like when a troll comments something like that, it just makes them look bad. Like a lot of those comments that people were leaving, like from the trolls in my comment section, they make the argument against themselves. Like they make themselves look so stupid and uninformed that like I feel like deleting the comment makes it harder to like it works against me to remove that stuff. Okay, let me read chat a little bit. Colonel Cat, welcome. Nimble, welcome. Xander Hall is reacting to Florida woman video right now on stream. Who's Xander Hall? Who is that? Duck Deity, welcome. I appreciate someone reacting to my content though. That's cool. I'm glad to see that. Verena, welcome. You have Oh wait, you were here earlier. I don't know why I said welcome. I have zero faith in the Dems. Maybe say for a couple, Zoe, for example. Yeah, like we need to be really like what Cory did was cool, but like I don't think that we should jump right on the Cory bandwagon and start printing Cory Booker 2028 shirts, and you know, like we don't need to do that. Like we don't need to do that at all. I think that we need to have a high standard for who we accept as a leader for, you know, the left coming up here in 2028. Like I think we should accept nothing less than like a transformational leader, because if we accept someone who's just going to be a cookie cutter, like if Kamala Harris decides to try to run again and she tries to run the same milquetoast Republican light kind of moderate, you know, quote unquote moderate campaign again, then like that's just not going to cut it. Like it's not going to cut it. Like we need someone who's going to get up there and be like what Tim Walz said recently. Tim Walz was doing an interview and he said, you know, people are going to want us to do like healthcare for everybody. Like they're not going to want us to just tweak around with ACA. Like they're going to want actual change. And we need that. We need someone who's willing to aspire to that. Like even if they fail in the end, we need someone who's willing to aspire to it, because we see how that's worked out for the people on the right. Like people on the right have aspired for tons of horrible crap, like overturning Roe versus Wade, and we viewed that as impossible forever. And then they did it because they aspired to do it. And I've talked about this before, but I think that kind of like it's sort of like manifesting, you know, it's like wish casting, but it also works. Like we view certain things as impossible, but that's just built within a structure of norms. Like that idea of what's possible or not is built on precedent and norms. And so I think that like we need to shirk that kind of well, this isn't actually really possible. Like the whole thing that we hear on the left all the time. We're like, don't let what is the thing? Don't let perfection be the enemy of the good or whatever. I hate that. I think that's stupid. Like I don't think we should settle just because we don't think we can get better. Like I just think that that's like selling yourself short inherently, and then you're gonna be like, you're not gonna make enough difference in people's lives for them to actually feel like grateful for someone, you know. Don't let perfection be the enemy of progress. Yeah, that kind of notion. I hate that. I hate that. Hi there, zombie helper. Spoofer's domain. Honestly, Tim Walz 2028 or Jasmine Crockett 2028 for my tastes. I think that like a Tim Walz Crockett ticket would go pretty hard. Like if we had like Walz as the front runner and Crockett as the VP, I feel like that would go pretty hard. You could flip them too. Like you could do Crockett Walz, but like I feel like Walz has like a really good track record for like what he did in Minnesota. I just think really shows that he's willing to go there for people. Like he's willing to do something and actually fight for something. Like a lot of politicians don't want to spend political capital. They just want to win and then like sit back and be like, oh, but we're gonna do something maybe. And I'm not saying Crockett wouldn't do anything. I'm just saying that like she doesn't have the same track record that Walz has in terms of like actually getting stuff done. And I think that would be important for me to see in the leader of the 2028 or whatever. AOC or Jasmine Crockett. I mean, like, every time someone mentions the left, they mention AOC because she's got name recognition for sure. Like AOC, everyone knows who she is. But I don't know. I mean, she's been going around with Bernie, and he's been cracking open a sparkling water there. You probably heard that. But I just don't know how the base as a whole would react to an AOC ticket. Like, I'm not sure. Spread hate towards other people so others start blaming instead of questioning the government or thinking, what? We need someone to aspire for everything, and even if we get 10%, we'll still be 100% better off than that. We need someone to aspire for everything. Yeah, exactly. Like, so I've said this a lot, Rocket. I've said this a ton of times that, like, if I'm one of those people, like, I'm idealistic as heck. Like, I'm super idealistic. And I feel like if you push for, an absolute ideal and you only get like 3% there, that's better than not doing that at all and getting nowhere. You know what I mean? So I definitely feel like it's it is a Waterloo, by the way. I'm drinking orange vanilla. It's my second to last orange vanilla. And oh yes, I read your comment without the first part, so it made no sense. Hello, 960 watt. You're flooding again? It's okay. It happens sometimes with people with bad internet. So you're good. Let me see. I feel like some of the whole hate troll bots are actually a ploy in order to divide people on issues to keep people down, and realizing yeah, I mean, like the bots, the troll bots are definitely designed to make it seem like there's a massive opposition, and also designed to spread fear and make people feel like there's no hope. You know what I mean? Okay, I'm trying to keep up with chat. Chat like picked up really quickly. Where's... I haven't forgotten what you said about LaCroix, Leah. There's a pyramid of cans on my desk speaking to me like the Green Goblin Master telling me to spam stream chat. Wait, do you like LaCroix? I don't like LaCroix. I like Waterloo. I like Trader Joe's sparkling water. I like bubbly. Some of the bubbly flavors are okay, not all of them. I like Whole Foods has a really good brand actually that's not that expensive. They have like a ginger flavor, which is actually pretty slap. Okay, I'm gonna try to keep going here with chat. Let me catch up. In a hypothetical, if it's Harris again, would you vote for her? I mean, like, I'm one of those people where like, look, I voted for Hillary Clinton, and that was not an easy choice to make, but I did it because oftentimes electorally in our country, it has felt like picking between two turds. But Trump is definitely like the stinkiest turd. So like, he's diarrhea. Hillary Clinton was like a really solid piece of crap. Like, I don't know. It's just, it's not great. Like, yeah, I would vote against the Republican Party, but like, if Harris were at the top of the ticket, unless she like decided to actually grow a spine and run like a progressive campaign, like I would not feel good about voting for her. But, you know, like I wasn't super, like I liked some of the stuff she did early on in her campaign this last time, but I did not really like the like after the Biden advisors got involved and they like made the campaign really moderate. Like I don't know. That whole like campaign kind of left a bad taste in my mouth at the end of the day, because it felt like they really didn't listen to the base at all. They were running around with Liz Cheney and everyone was like, why the hell are you doing that? And yeah. We should demand better for sure. I see your $10 super chat, Jackie. There was a story about a Walmart employee, a cis woman, who was fired for being harassed by a man in the women's room. He thought she was trans, but she was just tall. I did see that. We can talk about that in a second. Let me finish catching up here on chat. Yeah, the man has a spine and a personality. Okay, that's Tim Walz, right? If I could run for president in 2028, I would. Unfortunately, I'd not be able to meet the BS age requirement until 2035. Well, you also got to build up name recognition. Like, if you're going to run for president, you need people to know who you are. Like, especially with Kamala Harris, we saw how much that worked against us. People didn't know who she was. People didn't even know that she was, like, taking over the ticket because it happened so late. Plus, Walz is infectiously likable. He is. I really do think I hate to say it, but like Walz puts all the anxious old white people that are like slightly racist at ease. Like he just like, he comes across as like a Midwestern white guy because he is, and it puts people at ease. And like, I hate that about America, that like, you know, but yeah. Bucky Rogers, the senator from Arizona. Kelly, I don't know much about Bucky Rogers. Not to go off topic, but I made the decision to make a review for Disney's live action Snow White on Facebook. You had so many trolls in the comment section. Yeah, I mean, that's gonna happen for sure. These people are actors. Nothing will change the script that is running. I'm a bit late. Oh, okay. Just came here. Wait, this just came to be, but I think Leah looks kind of like Amiri, the barbarian woman from Pathfinder. Who's that? I don't know who that is. Okay, I hate sparkling water. That's okay. If you drink soda, you will hate sparkling water, because like if you are used to that much sugar, then like it's just not going to taste good to you. I can never get into sparkling water. IMO, it tastes bad for me. I think sparkling water tastes absolutely delicious. It's just like you can't drink soda. Like I don't drink soda. Soda tastes disgusting to me. Like I think soda tastes like syrup. Like it's absolutely disgusting. Sparkling water to me is like amazing. So let's talk about, let me oh my gosh, chat is like going a little bit fast for me to keep up. Like all I drink is water, unsweetened tea, and that's basically it. Like I'll drink some orange juice or something, but I should totally do a sparkling water review. I don't know who Jello Apocalypse is, but yeah, I've thought about doing like a tier list for sparkling water. It's just that my channel's so serious. I don't know if that would play well with the audience, if people would even want to see that from my channel. Even if this wouldn't be a great idea, Kyle Kalinske is onto something about Jon Stewart running for president. Well, like, okay, so like, yeah, Jon Stewart could run for president, but like, he would have to want to do it, first of all, and he doesn't want to do it. Like, he's made that kind of clear. I mean, there's always the chance he'll change his mind or whatever, but I don't want to put hope into something that feels like that much of a long shot. Like, yes, John, like, I think the reason why people like Kyle Kalinske are saying that is because they want someone who's like Trump, who's like from the entertainment world, who is able to like have like a certain charisma and blah 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 blah. And so yeah, I just like I understand why. I just don't think that that's necessarily a great idea. There's also the fact that we have to keep in mind that like Jon Stewart is not, he's not like, I don't know. So Jackie, thank you again for the $10. So the story about a Walmart employee is this woman who was fired for being harassed by a man in the women's restroom. He thought she was trans. She was just tall. I did see that story. I saw it covered by, who covered that? The Humanist Report. Was that Mike who did that? He's not a leftist for one thing. Yeah, like, I mean, Jon Stewart does have some good positions, but he does have some positions where I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. Yes, the Humanist Report. Yeah, so I saw that. That was a really stark example of how like people are getting harassed in bathrooms that are like cis, you know, it affects more than just trans people. It affects a lot of people. And to be honest, like it goes to, like, those people that are like, we can always tell, you know, they can't. Humans are extremely diverse, and it's stupid to assume that you can like phrenology examine someone and decide that they're trans. Like, that is just absolutely ridiculous. Like the we can always tell people, look at me. And like, I've had people at my job say transphobic stuff to me. Like, a customer will just be like, those trans people, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, you literally don't even know that you're talking to a trans person. Like, you're shit talking trans people to a trans person. Like, you like, these people, they think they're playing 4D chess, but they're not even playing chess. They're just like smacking the ground with a stick. So yeah, but like, there was that one story of like that butch lesbian who was like walking into a woman's room, and like an officer like followed her into the bathroom and was like trying to arrest her and tell her to leave and stuff. And she was like, I'm literally a cis woman, and they like wouldn't believe her. Like, it's kind of funny because they talk like they don't want men going into the women's room, but then a man, like a police officer man, will walk into the women's room to try to arrest a cis woman. It's like, wait a minute, like, isn't that literally what you were talking about? Like, Autumn, I just discovered your channel today through your video about Marcy. Thank you for the good work. Thank you. I appreciate you being here. Thanks for watching the video, for sharing if you did, and all that stuff. I'm glad that the video is getting some attention. I'm glad the story is getting some attention. It deserves it. We need to try to make stories like that count. The only bad thing I've seen from Jon Stewart is the Trump's not a fascist thing, but I wonder how I'd feel about that now. Yeah, although there's like, okay, so like recently Jon Stewart interviewed Hakeem Jeffries on a podcast, and I understand that you have to maintain a certain level of like you can't burn the bridge. You can't like go super hard against some of these people because they'll just never come back on your show. They'll just ignore your existence for forever. But like, I don't know. That podcast with Hakeem Jeffries really sucked. Like, he did push back on Hakeem Jeffries a bit, but I just feel like in the end he was too cordial. He capitulated too much. He was just too willing to entertain Hakeem Jeffries like, let's do nothing and pretend we're amazing position, which I just wholeheartedly disagree with. Again, I feel like we need a transformational leader. And I don't even know if Jon Stewart ran and won. I don't know if he would be a transformative leader. Like, I don't know that. And there's also the fact that like Jon Stewart doesn't have any political experience. Like, he has no track record. Like, he's never been a governor. He's never done any of that. So like, how do we know that he's actually going to do something? How do we know that? Got jump scared by an ad. I'm sorry about that. Um, hello, Evelyn. Welcome. The only bad thing I've seen. Oh, wait, I read that. John has the wherewithal to align a running mate with integrity and would at least hire competent people to his cabinet. Could always abdicate after part term and just boost the electoral process. I mean, yeah, but he has as much political experience as Trump. I know, but like, look at how horrible things are under Trump. Like, just because Stewart is ideologically better doesn't mean that, like, the lack of experience would still work against him. You know what I mean? Like, that's a real thing. And I feel like when people like Kyle are advocating for Jon Stewart to be the runner, like, it's kind of aspirational. It seems like such a out of left field thing, but like, I don't know. I just don't know the viability of that. Like, I would feel much more comfortable with someone like Tim Walz, who again has a track record, like someone who's already in office who has political aspirations, like Jasmine Crockett, AOC, all these people that we're seeing stand up and actually do something. Like, I feel like they are probably better choices. And we're not going to be able to pick the leader. So like, the leader will emerge kind of naturally through like the course of like whoever makes the biggest stand throughout the next 4 years and builds the biggest name for themselves. Like, they will kind of naturally emerge. And if Jon Stewart doesn't want to do it, then he doesn't want to do it. I mean, he only works 1 day a week at the Daily Show. Do you think he really wants to be the president of the United States? Like, that's the most stressful job in the world. Zelensky would be equivalent in Ukraine, and that worked out pretty well. No, I mean, Zelensky was not an amazing president. like, I don't think that the invasion of Ukraine is a good thing, and like, obviously Russia sucks, and that's horrible, and that's why we're supporting Ukraine. But like, Zelensky is not like a fantastic leader. He's not like amazing. Like, if anything, Zelensky is more popular because of the invasion. Then, I don't think that's the most stressful job in the world. Being the president of the United States, have you seen what presidents look like before and after term? Like, look at a picture of Obama before after term. It's it's it ages you. It's a fake job. I mean, it's a figurehead job, but there's still a lot, like I don't know. There's still a lot going on there. Another like from Zan. Well, thank you all for coming in from. I don't really know anything about Xander Hall. But thank you all for being here and liking and engaging and all that stuff. You can just golf and lie. That's all presidents do, is eat McDonald's, golf, and lie. That's all they do. Wow. If you can read a teleprompter, you can be president. Oh, okay. Like, yes, it's a figurehead job, but like, there are lots of stress that goes into the job as well. Leah's cat for president. Yeah, Freddie would make a good president, except for the bowel issues. He'd be trying to give a speech and he'd just like shit himself on stage. Don't chew that, buddy. Don't chew that. That's all Felon 47 does. The only job that requires 0 experience is the most important job in the world. Well, I mean, there are other jobs that require 0 experience. Like, I understand what you're all saying. Like, I'm not saying that, like, it depends on your definition of hard, but like, there are a lot of obligations with the job. You wake up every day, you have like these massive national security briefings. You got like, it's a stressful job in the sense that, like, you got the weight of the most powerful country in the world on your shoulders, and like, all of the decisions inevitably come back to you. And, like, for a lot of people, that's a lot of pressure. Now, Trump doesn't really care, but that's unique to him. Like, a lot of people care. Xander Hall is a leftist streamer. Okay. Several presidents have had incontinence issues. They're old. Yeah, that's true. I guess Freddie wouldn't be unique in that sense. Like, hasn't Trump like actually crapped himself on stage before? Like, I'm pretty sure I've seen a clip where like he makes such a loud flatulence noise on stage that it's almost undeniable that he like shit himself. And didn't people actually report that like they would like stand next to Trump and he would smell like he pooped himself? Wasn't that actually reported? Like, isn't incontinence gate like kind of confirmed? As someone who was once friends with Xander, I'm gonna keep my mouth shut. Okay, I don't want to start any drama in the chat. Like, I don't know who this is. I don't know who they are or whatever. I mean, I appreciate people watching my channel, and I'm a tiny little content creator. So like, if anyone wants to, you know, help boost my channel a little bit, then yeah, no. Who am I to poo-poo that? Talking about poo-poo. Oh, Fred, you are so needy. Can I stream, please? Can I do a little stream, Fred? Is that okay? Or are you gonna die if I don't pet you? Are you gonna die if I stop giving you attention? Is that what's gonna happen? Yeah. Oh yes. Oh yes. Um. Such a precious little guy. He is a precious little guy. He's a precious little baby. He's just like super needy. Like I cuddled with him for like an hour and a half, and I gave him so many pets before stream, and he got all sorts of attention, and he's like, mom, 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 please, please. What do I make of Vivian trying to take her dad down? Is it legit or a show? First of all, I appreciate you referring to her as Vivian, because that's her name. And like, I want to be very clear. Vivian Wilson has made it clear she wants people to refer to her as her name and not Musk's daughter, because believe it or not, she emancipated herself, so she is not Musk's daughter legally anymore. So I know that a lot of news outlets in introducing her, that's kind of what they go to, because it's like a connection that has kind of given her, I don't know how to describe this, like she you know, she's obviously talked about Musk, and she's referenced her previous interactions with him and stuff like that. But I think she's trying to build a name for herself. She's trying to build a name on her own, separate from him. And I can totally understand why. Like, it would be, she is still his daughter. I don't know. Like, I want to respect her wishes in the sense that, like, she's not affiliated with him legally at all anymore. And I don't think that we should do the whole like reduce it to whoever's the sperm donor. Like, I don't think that we should do that. That doesn't make someone your father. Like, I was raised by my grandparents, and I often called my grandpa dad because he was more of a father to me than my dad. And I would be like a little annoyed if someone was like, well, actually, he's not your dad, so like you're not allowed to, like, you know what I mean? But yeah, she's her own person, and she's trying to you know, get out there, build a name for herself, get exposure, whatever. And I appreciate that. And what was the question? I can't remember what the question was. Is it legit or a show? I mean, I think it's legit. I don't know what about it would be a show, right? Like, what about it would be a show? What about it seems like a show, I guess I would say. She hasn't provided like a ton of groundbreaking information about Musk or anything, but you know, she's representing our community. She's doing a lot of stuff, so I appreciate her. I appreciate her involvement in the space. She seems like a pretty chill person to me, pretty cool, pretty down to earth. Um She has her own family ties can be cut. Would she be famous now if she wasn't his daughter? No. Okay, Rachel, like I understand what you're saying. And she has joked about that before. Like I've seen Vivian be like, I'm a Nepo baby and like joke about that. Like I've seen it, you know, but let's not, you know, let's respect her wishes. And she wants to move away from that as like the sole association. Like every single time someone interviews her, the title of the video is not an interview with Vivian Wilson. It's an interview with Musk's daughter. And I can imagine that that's a very dehumanizing feeling, like being reduced to someone's child. Like that must be very frustrating. You know, she's like living in his shadow. She mostly did it because she was attacked by him. Yeah, that's true. She like Musk has attacked her kind of relentlessly, and she sort of had to get on, like she sort of had to make a statement just to defend herself from the blatant lies told by Musk. Like Musk said some really horrible stuff about her. The only thing I can think that feels like a show, you know, rich person just pick up space of importance by way of birth. No shade on Vivian, but it is what it is. She's honest about her jam. Well, I don't think Vivian's rich, first of all. Like, I don't think Vivian is rich. Now, I again, she understands that part of her, I guess, quote unquote, credibility comes from the past interactions there. But like, there's absolutely a 0% chance that she's getting money from Musk. So I doubt that she is like rich. I think it's also just sad that she's only thought of as Musk's daughter. Yeah, especially when he was her deadbeat dad, never showed up for her. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly. That's kind of my point, is that like I want to respect her wishes there, because I can totally understand where she's coming from. Like I had a deadbeat dad. I don't feel a lot of connection to my biological father. And so I would feel bad if everyone referred to me relationally to him as like the sole identifier of my person. I think her wealth comes through her mom and whatever she does for a living. Now, I will be honest. I don't know what her mom does or how much money her mom has, or I don't know anything about that. So I can't know for sure. I just kind of assume that she's not getting drip fed any money from. Yeah. Okay, but yeah, I saw that, you know, Vivian was interviewed by Hassan. I listened to that interview. It was pretty good. There was an interview with Dead Domain. I listened to that one. It was pretty good. So, you know, I think it's like pretty decent. Have you heard about Kat Abugazela? I did not say that right. Abugazela's. I'm sorry, I said that so wrong. Campaign. She's a progressive journalist doing a primary challenge in Illinois. I have not heard about that. I would need to look into that more. I find it kind of sus people are trying to attack her, but whatever. I sort of feel like people in chat aren't really attacking her, but they're just some contrary opinions and people disagreeing about things. So, hello Barnaby. Isn't Vivian's mom the DJ that divorced Musk? I don't know who her mom is, actually. I'm not gonna lie. I actually don't even know what her name is. Abugazala. I'm looking at living in my car again. Most people seem rich to me, especially when given any highlight. Classic trans experience. I'm sorry to hear that. That's no fun. Um, okay. Okay, she goes by Cat Abu as well. Okay, that would definitely be easier for me to say. I want to be respectful though. I'll try to figure out the proper pronunciation like later. I'll look up the campaign when I can. Fred, I gotta stream, buddy. I can't pet you the entire time. I have to like focus on stream. Okay, buddy. I love you. I love you, Fred. Can you go do your own little things for a second? Can you just be a good boy and he's such a needy boy. I don't know. I think he kind of I kind of think he wants me to play like with the toy or something. Like he's acting like he's all full of energy. He's getting hair all over me though. I'm wearing black and he's just getting hair all over me. Crazy. Vivian's mom is not the same ex who got with Chelsea Manning, right? Wasn't that Grimes? Wasn't that Grimes who did that? I don't think that's that. Oh gosh, I got Freddy hair on my face. It's always like a sensory nightmare when I get Freddy's fur on my face. Absolutely makes me like bleh. Have I heard Obama's address at the university yet? No, I have not. I'm gonna be totally super duper for real with you. I don't really care what Obama has to say. I just don't care. I don't have a lot of warm fuzzy feelings for him like some people do. Grimes is with Manning. Oh, I don't know if they're still together. I don't think they are. Fred says mother. Yeah, he's so ridiculous. Freddy's curious because I'm talking, maybe. But he's seen me stream plenty of times. I just think that he's just being a nudge. He's just bugging me to bug me. M Porter, thank you so much for the $2. I appreciate you and your kind donation a bunch. It means a lot. I appreciate the support and helping me and stuff. He's just like, he just crawled into my arms. He's like, no, you're gonna hold me, you're gonna pet me, and there's nothing you can do or say about that to change this situation. That is super funny. Whenever I hear Grimes, my mind thinks of Rick Grimes from The Walking Dead. You know what? Me too. Honestly, me too. I went to Kat's campaign launch party last week and it was super exciting. There was so much enthusiasm in the room to resist fascism and help the local community. Yeah, like really, like right now is the perfect time for a strong progressive candidate to like run and kick some ass, because the contrast is important to what we're experiencing right now. Like people are fed up. So we can start talking about the protest because that's kind of like the title of the stream. I'm sure you've all seen the hands-off protests were massive. Lots of people. There were actually people in my Discord going to the events and going to the protests and engaging, and it was really heartwarming to see people get out and get engaged. And I think what we're seeing is an incredible amount of movement. In energy in the base on the ground right now. So we need people to keep that up. Like if we keep that pressure up, that will do something. That will absolutely do something. We are seeing like unprecedented levels of anger right now. 400K people or so, I think. I heard more than that, honestly. I heard like more than 500,000 people. Crazy. I hate that everyone treats Obama so well and Hillary Clinton and Biden so badly when they're all part of the same problem. Yeah, I feel very similarly about Clinton, Biden, and Obama. I actually think no, they all suck. But yeah, agreed. My first time here for a live. Thank you, Gabby. Thank you. I'm glad to see you here. Welcome. I hope you enjoy the stream. I went to see Adam Conover in Providence last night, and that show was so gay. I loved it. You know what? I kind of like, I watch a lot of different people just to kind of keep up with what people are saying. And so like I've seen Adam Conover's content and checked out his stuff. He had a podcast recently where he brought on a bunch of trans comedians, and it turns out that Adam Conover is like best friends with like 3 trans comedians. Like he's kind of an ally for real, like more of an ally than I actually realized. I didn't realize he had so many interpersonal connections with people in the community. So that's kind of based. Like, shout out to him for being like, you know, an actual ally. Like, that's cool. That's really cool. My town had 10 times expected turnout. Yeah, the numbers like were blown out. Like the expected turnout was blown out of the water for sure. His opener was non-binary too. I think that was one of the trans folk he had on the podcast recently or whatever. He streams on Twitch. Oh, okay. I used to think he was annoying, but Adam is actually a real one. I mean, like Adam has a very particular style and way of presenting things, and it's not for everybody. But you know, I mean, I feel like he tries to get good information out there and inform people, and he's principled. So am I gonna poo-poo him for just not liking his presentation style? Like, no, I'm not gonna do that. Like, I think that on the left we need to be a little less like hypercritical of people that are standing with us. Like Adam Conover is standing with us, so I am not going to sit here and be like, well, you know, you kind of have this show that's based around this like white guy normative listen to me because I'm the white guy show kind of thing. I don't know, like he has a very specific tone, but like I'm not gonna sit here and like, you know what I mean? Like, he seems pretty cool. No president will ever be perfect. I think that's important to question every president, regardless of their party affiliation. The president is supposed to be an employee for the people. Yeah, no, true. True. Adam is an activist and an organizer for both the Writers Guild and the Actors Guild. Yeah, that's true as well. He's also involved there too. Let's hope the protesters don't get taken away by the Gestapo. I think there's power in numbers. Like, they're detaining people with ICE. If you've got like thousands of people and there's like what, like 4 ICE officers at an event, like I just don't think we're gonna see. Oh my god, there's so much Freddy fur on. Like I am covered in Freddy fur, absolutely covered. That's kind of a lot. I'm gonna use some tape here and I'm gonna try to get some of this off. I'm by the way, I'm really tired tonight. I don't know if this is gonna be like the highest quality stream I mentioned earlier, but like I'm running on very little sleep, and I don't know if I'm gonna, you know, if this is gonna be like the best stream ever or whatever. I'm trying my best, but just fair warning. Just fair warning. Was at a hands-off protest yesterday. I'm trans myself and my mom took me. I'm stunned to see the huge 300-something turnout in my small conservative town. I brought my disabled mom to tears. Aww. Yeah, I've heard that the turnouts were crazy everywhere, which is really good to hear. I mean, like, people are... Like, the thing is like, you guys hear about these town halls where people are, like, screaming at their elected officials. Like, the right-wingers are flooding town halls to scream about the authoritarian takeover that's happening. And Republicans, their solution to that is just stop having town halls. That's not gonna work. Like, all that energy is just gonna go somewhere else. Like, people on the left want an avenue for resistance, and people on the right also want an avenue for resistance. So like, I don't think that canceling all your events and just hiding is going to do anything. It's just going to cause the energy to go somewhere else. So if people can't go to a town hall and yell at their representative, they're going to go to the protest, and they're going to, you know, yell on the streets. Oh my god, there's so much cat fur on my gosh. Oh, Freddy. Oh, Freddy. Oh, Freddy. Those velvet style fur removers are clutch. I might have to look into that because this is unbelievable. Oh wow. ICE to be legal anywhere, they need to have local police with them. ICE are not police themselves, despite what they and Trump think. Yeah, you should know your rights about what ICE can and can't do. Like, they're not allowed to detain you unless they have like a signed warrant from a federal judge. Like, it has to be a warrant signed by a federal judge, and I do not think that that's happening for like 99% of these cases. Like, they're just being detained illegally, a lot of these people. So I do very much think that people need to know their rights and know what. Do I not have a lint roller? I did, but I don't know where it is. So I'm just resorting to just using tape because I don't know where the lint roller is. I mean, tape works kind of just. Leah wants to talk about politics, but spends the entire time talking about cat fur and cat poo. That is true. I do spend a lot of time talking about Freddy's butt and being covered in his fur. Tammy Baldwin's getting raked over the coals. She's not hosting any. Who's Tammy Baldwin? Like, who is that? Oh gosh, I'm gonna sneeze. This stream is definitely high quality. Gonna suck not seeing your streams and content for a while, but taking time to rest your mental health is important. Yeah, I do think that, you know, maintain your mental health. If you need it, if you absolutely need to unplug for a little bit, then do it. But like, you also do need to stay engaged. Like right now, we need as many engaged people as possible. So like, if you voice crack, if you feel like you can tough it out at all, if you feel like you can do something, I recommend doing it. Like, we can rest later when we have someone in office who we can at least partially trust. But I get it. Like, you know, do what you gotta do in the end. At the end of the day. At the end of the day. I confused her with Tammy Duckworth. I don't know who that is either. Unfortunately, ICE still has been detaining people without reason. If you haven't heard, there was a man who was dragged by ICE out of a court in Boston. Yeah. No, I've heard about a lot of these illegal detained words. I did not word properly there, but you know what I mean. Amber Embra, welcome. Happy to see you here. I did see a lady in my town in her walker with a sign saying Trump is a traitor, and I honked and gave the thumbs up. Yeah, like there are right-wingers that are actually pissed. Like you have to understand that, like, Trump promised them the world. He promised them like this big, beautiful golden age. And so far, we have not seen a golden age. We've seen the opposite. And sure, the right can try to spin it and be like, oh, it's just going to take time. They can try to say, oh, there's going to be some pain before things get better. But when things don't get better, people are not going to just be like, oh, okay, well, I guess, you know, whatever. Like, that's not what's going to happen. Like, the rich people think that it doesn't really matter because it doesn't matter to them. But it matters to a lot of people. Like, a lot of these issues touch people's lives very deeply. Like, a lot of these layoffs impact people's lives. Like, they're firing veterans, you know? And you have to think that, like, you don't even have to be someone who's personally affected by the administration. You have to be, you just have to know someone who's affected by the administration to start building an animus. Like, if you have a brother who is fired, he was a veteran, served the country, started working for the federal government to try to do something after serving, and then you get laid off, like you're working for the VA. You know, that whole family is going to be polarized by, like, potentially radicalized by what happens there. Senator of Wisconsin, you said? Only queer senator we have? Oh, okay. Oh, someone else said Illinois senator. The only way to deal with an unfree world is to become so absolutely free that your very existence is an act of rebellion. Yeah, that's a good quote. It'll be a golden age for billionaires, not us. Well, I mean, even then, like, billionaires are lost like $500 billion in the past 2 days. But a recession would be good for billionaires. So that is kind of a thing. Like, if they crash the economy, the rich will benefit in the end because they'll just buy up assets really cheap. And whenever the economy recovers, they'll own more and make more. I honestly don't know anyone that isn't affected by this administration. Yeah, no, unless you're like just completely not paying attention. But like a lot of the things that they're doing kind of intersect with just normie people's lives. Like if you're just out doing something, you know, like you can be affected. But like if you're on Social Security, you try to call and get some information and you're unable to get through to anyone because of the layoffs. Like that kind of stuff affects people. Hey there, Andrew. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. Joy Reed said they're trying to go back to the Gilded Age. I believe it. Yeah, like look, if you look at history, the Gilded Age was a horrible time. Like outside of the time we're living in now, it was like a time of immense wealth, wealth disparity, inequality. Like the rich had more than, like we're in a worse place now than then, but like, you know what I mean? Like, and the Gilded Age triggered like an absolute massive political chain of events that led to the government trying to you know, break up that wealth and spread it throughout the population. So that's what I told people when they're working, or that's what I told people when they work speaking against trans rights. Wait till they come for your rights because it's affecting everyone. Yeah, no, for sure. No one's gonna get away with it. Like, if you support the fascist, eventually he'll come for you too. Government buyouts with businesses that are simply too large to be allowed to fail. Yeah, that sucks. Not a good thing. Hey there, Ryan. Welcome to the stream. Remember Trump said this country was great between 1870 and 1913 because of tariffs, but it was also during the Gilded Age. Yeah, exactly. It was a horrible time of wealth disparity and all that stuff. It was not good. Like it's funny because he can't even like he's picking a timeline, like a time frame that was like the epitome of the rich getting richer, and that's the opposite of what people want. But he can't even like people just don't know enough about history. Unfortunately, people hear, oh, the Gilded Age, yeah, sure, let's do that. Like they just trust Trump. But if they like actually did like 5 seconds of research, they'd be like, wait a second, hold on a gosh darn second. They want us in bread lines. Yeah, they want us boiling shoe leather for sustenance. They want us running over deer with our cars to try to like feed ourselves. Do you hear the people singing a song of angry men? It is the music of a people who will not be slaves again. Is that from like a song or something? That's kind of cool. The Gilded Age was only gilded for the Rockefellers and whatnot. Exactly. The robber baron. Les Miserables. Okay. Yeah, you know, I've actually never seen Les Mis. I know. I'm an uncultured, horrible person. Everyone's gonna turn on me because of that. But it's just a thing that it's just a thing. I've never seen it. Soon we will probably be burning money for warmth because it's cost effective. People would need money to burn in order to burn money. That's kind of an issue there. Have you talked about Cory Booker yet? I mean, I talked about him briefly. Someone asked, "Oh, is he like presidential material? Should we like, should we look to him as a potential leader for the Democratic Party?" And I'm gonna say hard no on that for now. I mean, like, yes, he did a great thing, but he needs to do more to impress me. Like, he's not the worst Democrat, but he's far from the best. So I do think that he's pivoting more left, yeah. But I don't know if that's grandstanding. Like, I don't know if that's just virtue signaling. Like, I don't know if he means any of it. Like, does he mean any of it? I don't know. I don't really know. Oh boy, I am very sleepy. I am so sleepy. Very, very sleep deprived right now. It's kind of wild. Running over deer for food. Trump really had another meeting saying groceries is such an old term. Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't know if you guys saw it, but like when egg prices were jumping through the roof, there was like someone on Fox News or whatever who was like, "Oh, just get chickens. Just get chickens in your backyard and have a chicken coop and take care of chickens. And then you can have as many eggs as you want." And it's like, first of all, it's not that easy. Second of all, they don't lay them year round. Third of all, like they're just like, that's such a stupid solution. Like, yeah, we all have backyards and chicken permits and time and energy to raise chickens and like, no. That's so dumb. It's so dumb. Sure, maybe some people can have access to that, but like that's not a good solution. It's tantamount to being like, just run over a deer on the road and take it home for dinner. Like, what's wrong with you? Why don't you just like eat the roadkill? Like, come on now. Why don't you just get a hunting license and go hunt your own food? And duh. You can trap. Booker should be pro LGBT, seeing as he's RuPaul's cousin. Is Cory Booker RuPaul's cousin? But see, I don't know much about RuPaul. I think I've heard that RuPaul is kind of like a conservative, right? Like, he's not really super great ally. I don't know much about. I don't watch Drag Race. I know. A lot of people watch Drag Race. I don't watch it. So I'm not really in on all that like lore and stuff. Yeah, let me take care of my chickens in between my two jobs. Yeah, don't sleep. Just take care of your chickens instead. All politicians sell out so easily. We keep getting fooled by dramatic gestures like Booker, which is great, but 25 hours out of a years of service is not a people's politician make. Exactly. Laughing Stock Farm. I agree with that entirely. I think that like that was a cool thing he did, but he needs to be like way he needs to do a lot more before I'm going to take him seriously. Yup, he's awful. He's been pretty transphobic. I'm guessing that's about RuPaul. Cory is RuPaul's cousin. I just found that out too. I did not know that. Once a politician is in office, everything they do is geared towards staying in office, not necessarily serving the people. Yeah, that's generally what happens. But like, you have people like Tim Walz, like he delivered for the people, and that's why he's still in office. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of politicians have this brain worm where they think they need to the lobbyist money to win. But like, I really think we need politicians to get out of that, especially on the left. And they need to get out of that mindset. Like Bernie Sanders is like one of the most secure politicians in the country because people love him because he actually works for his constituents and represents his people. Like, he does the thing that politicians are supposed to do, like the real politics. And for that, he's, you know, if he wanted to run until he literally like, I know he's not going to run again, but like if he wanted to, he would almost certainly win. And that's the thing, is that politicians are like, oh, if I just have enough money, I don't need to like have the respect of my constituency. But that's such a toxic, horrible way to look at things. Dragula is better. I don't know anything about that, to be honest. My goal in a time of inflation is to increase my income. That's all you can do. Try to outpace the increases. I mean, yeah, but like people don't like, not a lot of people have like actual access to the ability to like just increase their income, you know, like work more hours, I guess, but a lot of people are already at their limit, you know, like a lot of people are already working as much as they possibly can. It's not easy. So for sure, for some people, I think that that's viable, but for a lot of people, they're just going to drown under inflation. AOC and Bernie are the most popular people in Congress. Yeah, and for a reason. They engage with their constituency. They listen to their people. They do things. Wisconsin proves that money isn't the only factor. Exactly. Musk hurt that one right-wing justice who was running in Wisconsin because he spent so much money. It made people like wary of him. So like, if anything, we need to view that kind of big money lobbyist stuff as toxic. Like, we need people on the left to be like, oh, I don't want that big lobbyist money. I don't want to be associated with that because it's politically toxic. That's the kind of direction that we need to move in. Wisconsin proves that money isn't, oh, I already read that. But also try to bypass the use of money where you can. Yeah, I'm looking to get stable income. Yeah. 50 more XP and I'll be able to move to the next tax bracket. But also the money should be, moving up a tax bracket just sucks. You like lose money. Some people can get a little more income by streaming while working. Yeah, like me, like, you know, I make a little extra money by doing the channel while I work full time, but it's not much, and it helps, but it's by no means like a great safety net or anything. Like I'm not making very much money from this. I do it by buying stocks with good dividends. Stocks are cheap right now. Yeah, I mean, like, while the market is crashing, you know, if you want to get into stocks, now would be a really good time to get in terms of like buying up things really cheap and then, you know, riding the wave back up eventually. But we don't know how long that's going to be. We don't know how, like, you might make that investment. It might be 4-6 years until that's worth it for you. And not a lot of people have the money to invest in the first place. A lot of people are living paycheck to paycheck in like to start. And so like I try not to shame people for their financial choices, because like that's like a right-wing thing. It's like, oh, if you only invested smarter, you would like oh, you don't have a requirement, you don't have retirement set aside, then Social Security doesn't, like, usually like a lot of right-wingers believe that Social Security shouldn't exist to bail people out, and like if they don't save for their retirement. But like that's just what a good society does, you know. It protects people, even if they don't make the best choices, or even if it's not their fault. Like, it shouldn't matter. I think homesteading is probably our best bet against the fall of the US dollar. If you can find a way to get cheap property, you might be off. Maybe. It's funny that a minimalist YouTuber I watch, Spencer's Adventures, seem to be a guide for saving money. Interesting. Something, well, you should be taxed more if you make more. No, for sure. But like, the thing is that like, look, I make like very little money, and I make like, if I went up a tax bracket, it would hurt me immensely. Like, it would hurt me immensely. Like, we don't need to be taxing people at $50,000 a year more. We don't need to be taxing people at $40,000 a year more. We need to be taxing people who make $200, $300, $400,000 a year more. Like the rich, like the people who have extra should be taxed more, not the people who are like just barely getting by. You know what I mean? And oftentimes people on the lower end end up paying a higher percentage than people on the higher end. And that sucks. Like, of course we should tax the rich more. But when I'm talking about going up a tax bracket, in my case, I'm talking about like being on the lower end. I read that one partly because Crawford used vague language to address trans issues and attacked Schimmel when she was attacked by anti-trans ads. I don't think that trans anything had anything to do with that Wisconsin race. I don't think that anyone at all voted for trans anything in that race. I think that is a non-factor. I don't think we should take anything from that in terms of like trans rights or how people should campaign with that. With the cost of everything in its special category of prized possession, like a rigged carnival game, and the current wages barely pay enough for, barely enough to survive while living under one roof. Yeah. It took me 15 years of buying a little stock every Friday to build a good portfolio that pays a few bills. It was worth it. I'm sure it was worth it. And I'm glad that you were able to do that for yourself. And I wish everyone else had the opportunity to do that. Going up never hurts your income. I'm being a little dramatic. Okay. I know that's not, I'm not saying that, yeah, if you go up a tax bracket, you make actually less money. Like, I know that's not how that works. I'm just saying that, like, it doesn't feel good when you start to try to make a little more money to not live paycheck to paycheck, and then you end up getting taxed more. And so then, like, oh, you think you're going to get this much of a raise, but you actually get like a lot less than that because your taxes go up. I love hearing about how taxing the rich will harm the poor, but taxing the poor is supposed to help the poor. Right. Yeah, but when you are low income, you can get some other tax breaks. Yeah, no, you're right. Yep. Just got a TurboTax ad. I mean, it's the end of the tax season, so you're gonna see stuff like that. Like, I still need to do my taxes. I haven't done them yet. I keep forgetting. Geez, chat is popping off a little bit. As much as the UK has issues, one thing at least decent is the tax allowance for those on a lower earning range. The difference between 55K a year and 65K a year is huge. The difference between 55K a year actually brings more home after 55K a year actually brings more home after taxes. Interesting. I don't know the exact math on that. It's also easier to file taxes when you're lower income. Like, there's a government website that cuts you off past a certain threshold. Yeah, like, yeah, I mean, you're right. But that's also partially because, like, you know, lack of, like rich people can pay to have really good tax assistance that saves them money. Like, I wish I was more financially whatever, but I don't have enough money to like, afford like a financial person to help me with the financial stuff. You know what I mean? Like I feel like you shouldn't need like a master's in like stock trading and economic whatevers to like make a decent living in America. Like like it's great that some people have access to like ways to like build a portfolio or whatever to make ends meet and save a little money. Like that's cool, but like you should be able to just work a job. You know, like you shouldn't have to do all that. And it really goes to show like that's the state of the country, that like, oh, you got to like scrimp and save, buy some stocks low so that you can build up a portfolio and 401k, and you got to do this and that, and you got to do this and that and another thing, and if you don't do this or that, then you're going to be struggling. It's crazy just how many people are homeless or unhoused here in Indiana. Like everywhere there's tents or someone walking with a giant bag. Yeah, I mean, it's all over the place. It's all over the place. You can start an individual stock account for as little as $50. Yes, I get that. I get that it's not like, I get that. But what I'm saying is that like that should not be a necessity. Like we shouldn't have an expectation of people interacting with the stock market in order to make ends meet and build a livable wage or whatever. Like you should just be able to work a job. Like you should just be able to work your job, and then you don't need to worry about like, oh, I need to like not eat for 2 days so that I can save $50. Or no, I know that's really crappy math, but like, oh, I need to like cut this and that and this and that so I can save this much money so that I can put it into a stock portfolio, so that I can build up a stock, so I can do this thing, so I can do this, so I can eventually get a payout that'll, you know what I mean? Like it's just not, I don't think that that's a fair expectation. Like I've heard people make this argument before, like especially libertarians, where they like do the whole thing where they're like, oh, you just need to get good. Like you just need to get good at finances, and then all of a sudden like you can actually make good money in America, and you can do all these like financial tricks to like become well off or whatever. And it's like, yeah, but like that should not be a requirement. Like I don't think, like I'm one of those people, I don't think you should have to have, like if for some reason you don't end up with enough retirement to survive, like I think Social Security should be there for you. And I don't care if it's like quote unquote your fault. Like I don't care if you just never looked into it. Like that's like you should just be allowed to live your life, and then if at the end of your life you don't have enough money to keep going, you know, the government's there to help you. For real. Yeah, because 2 days of food is $150. Stock market is also dangerous if you're not into it. You can easily lose it all. Yeah, it is kind of gambling, and there are safer ways to play it, but it is still gambling regardless of that. Yeah, there's a lot of people chatting right now. Short-term stock trading is essentially a casino anyway. Long-term, the average increase is just 10% per year, assuming things don't go to shit. Yeah, exactly. Hey there, Livy. Welcome. I think it's terrible that they don't teach investing and entrepreneurship in school. I had to learn all the stuff I used to get paid on my own. It's BS. They don't teach it. Well, right. Like if it's a requirement to survive in modern American culture, then yeah, they should be teaching it to people. But like it's one of those things where like the less people that know about it, the more profitable it is for the people who do know about it. So there's an incentive structure to try to keep that information, like it's like gate kept. Like they don't teach you how to do your taxes in school. All the financial tricks are a great novel idea, but if everyone did it, it wouldn't be worth doing due to it being flooded. Exactly. That's a good point too. Again, that like the people who they benefit from you not knowing this stuff or how to do it. The amount of mental real estate I devote to if I spend X, I have Y for tomorrow to get paid on Z is not healthy. I relate to that. Day trading is the best way to earn money in stocks, but they have that limited to those with 10K plus in the market. Jesus, I didn't know that. Those get good arguments always include if you're not making enough money, just get a better job that pays way over the median household income because that's totally doable for everyone. Right, like it's not doable. Like someone is going to be in the low paid job. Like you can try to move your way up, quote unquote up the ladder, but that doesn't make the lower end of the ladder cease to exist. Like there are people that will be stuck at the bottom end of things and they should be protected and cared for as well. Investing is a great payoff if you already have the money to blow. Well, right. Like if you're rich, then yeah, you can get richer. The rich get richer. That's kind of like the thing with America right now. It's always better to have something physical to trade if you need money to get what you need. I had to sell my festival ticket so I could get a flight somewhere that I know I can earn an income. Speaking of festival tickets, I have a festival coming up that I need to buy a ticket for. My understanding of trading, which is distinct from investing, is that 90% of people who do it lose money. I don't know about that I don't know about that for sure. I think investing is safer because it's like you're buying you're spreading out. I don't know much about it, but you're like spreading out your investments in a way that kind of doesn't guarantee returns, but it allows for I don't know. I'm not I don't know much about investing. Statistically, someone has to be below the median. Yeah, in our current economy and the way the government and everything is run, like yes, there are winners and losers. Making people do taxes is a big reason why libertarians and to be honest, many conservatives exist in America. Taxation is so demonized and poor and middle class people identify with the rich. What I miss is I'll start. Well, we've just been chatting, so it's been about an hour and a half. Kind of a lot of different conversations so far. Everyone I know in stocks and crypto are still poor like me. I prefer spending my free time doing things I enjoy. Yeah, there's also the aspect of like it's money, but it's time and energy, and like you have to learn and you have to know and you have to spend your time and energy on it. And not a lot of people have that kind of time and energy. So hi there, Zeno. Welcome. Raven, welcome. Tariffs is a chaotic mix of rude service, overpriced garbage, shady policies, and pure flop energy. Avoid like a cursed relic. Yeah, tariffs suck. They suck. I mean, like in a very targeted way, they can be useful, but like this is what we're seeing is not that. I'm honestly shocked. Like the tariffs are way worse than I expected them to be. Like accelerationists are eating good right now because like the economy is literally dumpster firing right now. Like it's absolutely wild what Trump came out with the tariffs. Like they were so much higher than he said they were gonna be initially, and on so many more countries. It's wild. Like people are really gonna feel like, and honestly, like people are gonna feel that. Like it's going to hit hard, and people are not gonna be happy with that because people are already fed up with the price of things, and now it's gonna be so much worse. It's gonna be so much worse. Try having energy to do this financial mumbo jumbo when you have kids and stuff. Yeah, like literally, yes, there are people like a child is like it takes so much from you. Like at the end of the day, you're not going to sit there and be like, I should learn how to build up a portfolio. I only spend about 2 hours a week trading. Bookworm, I've seen you in chat before, and I usually appreciate your engagement, and I do appreciate your engagement, but I sort of feel like you're trying to make an argument that like your argument kind of comes across to me as like it's a lot easier and cheaper to do this stock trading than you think. And I'm not sure what the implication of that argument is, but it sort of feels like the implication is like, if you're not doing it, it's kind of your own fault. Like a little bit of bootstraps energy coming from that. And I don't know if that's how you're intending it. Like maybe you intend it to be like, hey, I'm trying to give you actual information about things you can do to improve your life. But I'm just saying that the way you're not responding to the actual difficulties that like it sort of feels like you're saying that like the reasons people are giving to not have time and energy or money for this kind of thing is like not valid. It worries me what the companies will do. They're going to use it as an excuse to raise prices higher than they have to. Yeah, no, for sure. Like their price gouging is going to happen. Like companies are going to see the inflationary pressure of tariffs, and then they're going to raise prices even more because they're going to try to get away with it. And honestly, like it's gonna hit hard all over. It's gonna hit so many different areas that like it's gonna be wild. I just wish I could help people. I get it, Bookworm. Like I understand that you're trying to come at this from like like you want to provide information to help people do what you're doing in order to have the same opportunity that you're having. But I just feel like part of that necessitates recognizing that there are time barriers, there are emotional barriers. Like some people are just extremely burnt out, and they don't like, even if they have 2 hours, they're spending that 2 hours staring disassociated at a wall as they prepare to go to sleep to wake up to work 16 more hours the next day to pay for their child's care and everything that they need to take care of their child. It just like, your situation may not be transferable to everyone. And I think that anyone who's not able to engage with the system the way that you're engaging with it still deserves like a high quality of living. And like, again, I'm just going to come back to the point I was making. You should not have to do that stock trading and investing to like to do that, like to survive or to make ends meet or to make a living or to become wealthy. Like you should just need to work a job. Like taking an econ class in school right now, and my big takeaway from it so far has been that economists are pretty detached from the material conditions they are supposedly examining. Yeah, no, for sure. That's a very real thing. I couldn't even imagine dealing with all this stuff with a whole family too. Yeah, like I've never understood how people like I don't think I'll ever have a child. Like if I did, I would adopt. I have like something on my face. It's like lint or something, but I'll get it later. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I don't like people that raise kids. Like, good for you. I if I tried to raise kids, I don't even know how I would. Like, I can barely take care of myself, for real. Like, I don't understand how that's even possible. Not gonna lie to anyone here. Nintendo is already price gouging because of the tariffs. I don't know the specifics of that. Like, I don't know if they are raising prices outside of what's reasonable or not. I will say specifically with video games, let's be real. Like video games were $60 like 30 years ago, and they're still $60 today, and now they're starting to get more expensive. If you look at like the inflationary, like if you look at like game prices adjusted for inflation, if they were $60 30 years ago, now they should be like $120 or something like that. But they're still $60. So there's just like a lot of stuff there where, like, specifically with games, you know, Nintendo 64 games were like $150 or something adjusted. Yeah, they were really expensive. They were so expensive back in the day. And nowadays, like also with video games, like the price per hour of like, gaming is one of the most cost-effective hobbies you can have, and it doesn't seem like that because, like, there's a high entry cost for, like, getting a PC or getting a console or whatever. But you have to keep in mind that, like, once you have all the stuff you need and you have a game, like, you can dump thousands of hours into a single game, and that the return on, like, the amount of money you're spending per hour is a lot. Like, or not a lot, I mean, it's not a lot. You're getting it's like a really good value for a hobby. Like, if you go watch a movie, you spend like what, like $20 for 90 minutes or whatever of entertainment and movie, but you spend like $60 on a game and you get like hundreds or thousands of hours depending on the game. Even if you only get like 60 hours out of a game, you still have to consider that that's like $1 an hour, which, like, try to think of anything else you can do for $1 an hour. Like that's actually very reasonable. Console games may have been $60 30 years ago, but for PC they were only $30, and 10 years before that they were $15. Plus, you have to think it takes hundreds of millions of dollars of investment to even start making a game. It doesn't require that, but for a lot of games, they do that for sure. I'm poor. I want cheap games, or at least bring back the trade-in stores. Well, no, for sure. Like, I want cheap games too, but there's an indie market where, like, you can buy Project Zomboid for like $15, $20, and you, like, I've got like almost 1,000 hours into Project Zomboid. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there are still tons of indie games that are incredible that you can spend. You can spend so little money to get so much out of a game. So, hi Skylar. Oh, I hope you enjoyed your walk. I have not been able to go outside very much lately. It's been raining so much where I live. Crazy. The Ohio River actually right now is like, it's like flooding, which is pretty wild. Same, Leah. I can barely take care of myself. Working on changing that. I decided long ago I don't want to have any kids. Yeah, I don't want to ever have kids, probably. I don't think I'll ever really have kids. You know what I mean? Do the thing of raising children. I'm not gonna do that because I just don't have the energy, time, or anything for that. Like, and honestly, I would be one of those parents. I would be so resentful of my children. I'd be like, you took away everything from me. Like, I would be one of those people where I'm like thinking about traveling and be like, oh yeah, I have a 3-year-old I have to take care of. Like, no, I would be so bitter. I would be so bitter. The indie scene for video games is incredible. It really is incredible. It's super good and underrated. Zomboid is really fun. Zomboid is like goated. It's such a good game. Such a good game. Thank you. I tried to turn on your stream on my phone, but the data was too poor. Oh, that happens. I get it. But I'm glad you're here now. Thank you for being here. Indie games are badass. Yeah, for sure. Don't want kids ever. I hope I can afford to have kids someday. Kids aren't in my future, even if I wanted them. There's a lot of people like that. People are like not having children or adopting or anything because, like, they can't even afford it. You know what I mean? Like, it's like less of a choice nowadays. Like society kind of makes the choice for you. Getting ads on a stream sucks. I'm sorry. I do need to have ads on the stream. Like, I could turn the ads off, but then I would make zero monies from the stream. I gotta try to make a little bit of monies. I have it turned on the the least frequent option for ads. So like there's like 3 options for ads, and I have like the least aggressive one. marked. So you should barely get any ads. You should get like maybe a few ads. But I have YouTube Premium, so like I never deal with that. So I don't know how bad it actually is. I'm not gonna lie to you. So Leah, you'd be like Timmy Turner's dad and grumble Dinkelberg if you had a kid. Yeah, I would be bitter and upsetty. I would be upsetty spaghetti. It's even more unaffordable to get a house than to have a kid. Oh, for sure. Like if you have a kid, I don't know how you ever get this stuff. If you turn off ads, do you get no money from premium subs? That's a really good question, Chloe. I actually do not know the answer to that. I'm not sure if I still get premium money if I turn off ads. I really don't know. That's a really good question. Does YouTube Premium members increase the amount of income I get? Yes. So I get paid a separate amount. Like premium watchers, it's like a certain rate that you get for people being premium members and watching. And then there's a separate rate that I'm paid for like people that are watching ads. So the money that I make from people watching ads, it's like variable depending on the ad, but also depending on like how frequently I make the ads pop up and all that other stuff. But for premium members, I'm pretty sure it's basically like a flat rate. There's like lint on my cheek is like bugging me. So I'm probably gonna go try to get that real quick. I also have to run to the bathroom real quick here in a second. Even getting married right now would probably put me in debt for years. Yeah, I feel it. Oh, never mind. I shouldn't be complaining. You deserve the money. Well, thank you for that. I appreciate that sentiment. I do feel like I try to not make ads annoying, but you know, I need a little bit of ads. Freddie? Oh, he's napping. He's over on the futon napping. He actually just heard me call his name. He made a little noise. He went, "Wah." So he said hello. He's enjoying a good little nap. Because he's a good little boy. My time for buying a house is gone. Did I just see a bug? Oh, a spider just dropped from my ceiling. That's so unsettled. Oh, that makes me so unsettled. It was a little spider, but like I don't want a spider dropping from my ceiling. That makes me have a deep-seated fear about spiders. I'm kind of unsettled right now. Kind of unsettled right now. Okay, I'm trying to. The reading I was doing for the econ class today was on the marriage market, and the economists were basically speculating on why there's less participation in the wage market. Their hypothesis was essentially that because people were starting families less, there was less of an incentive to make money. Like, come on, so close, but you may have gotten it backwards. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. People don't have the money to start a family. There's a lot of people that would love to start a family, but it's just not in the cards, you know? Glad to hear that my purchase for premium helps a bit. Oh no, for sure. Premium watchers actually do provide a pretty significant bump to my income, which I appreciate too, because you get the benefit of not needing to watch ads and you get to just enjoy the stream and you still like you're contributing to my income. So that actually really does mean a lot to me. I really appreciate everyone lately with the engagement, watching my stuff and helping me out. Like, especially the Patreon. I got to shout out the Patreon real quick. Thank you to everyone who's on the Patreon. I recently was able to get access to an editor, and I would not have access to that editor if not for the Patreon. Now I have to admit, I'm not paying like a super fair wage right now. Like the editor is kind of getting underpaid. And they're okay with that because they want to help out, and she wants to like, you know, be a part of making the channel better and growing the channel. But eventually I would like to pay like an actual reasonable. I had to check on that spider. Sorry, I look panicked for a second. So, you know, I would like to actually have a little more money for that, but you know, it'll just take time. Just take time. If it's a jumper spider, let it live. It's not a jump spider or one of those jumping spiders. Those jumping spiders are actually so cute. I'm not gonna kill it. It always worried me that being premium meant you got less money. I'm glad it's the opposite. Yeah, no, premium payouts are pretty good. Any ideas for more tolerant countries to move to? Immigrating to a different country is incredibly difficult, like really difficult. So I don't know. I don't know if I really have good advice there. It really depends on a lot of different factors, you know. There's not really a good cookie cutter answer to that. Bookworm, thank you so much for the $10. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. It does help out. So thank you. It's pretty awesome of you. I studied globalization, so I knew how terrible tariffs are. Yeah, a lot of people didn't even understand what tariffs do. Like when the election rolled around, there were 2 Google searches that were like really common. One of them was like, did Joe Biden drop out of the race? And then the other one was, what are tariffs? Like after people voted, they're like, what are those tariff things anyway? And then they immediately regret. Someone reach out to your editor and make sure she knows her working rights and that she can go on strike. I was very upfront and clear about like, I can't offer a reasonable wage. Like I wish I could, but I can't. I'm just offering what I can from Patreon payouts, basically. Centipedes are terrifying. I hate centipedes. Centipedes are literally the cutest. Hard disagree. Extremely hard disagree. They give me the ick, like really bad. When I try to pay my premium this month, Apple ate my money and you're too nervous to call them. Aw, that sucks. Fred's meowing at me. Immigrating is both expensive and slow. If overseas, it can cost $5,000 to $10,000. If Canada or Mexico, it's $1,000 to $5,000. Yeah, it's expensive. It's a slow process. It's a lot more difficult than you think it is. It's just not something I would recommend to people. Like we need to fight for. We need to be here and fight. If you decide you want to move and you want to do that thing and that's what you want to do, I'm not gonna like tell you not to do what you want to do. But for most people, it's not going to be worth it. I just cracked my back and it felt so incredible. It's funny that of all things that made me remember Tariffs, it was Ferris Bueller. I don't even remember how Tariffs were a part of Ferris Bueller. What about silverfish? Ew, disgusting. Those things are horribly disgusting. Centipedes look like they come from an alternative universe. You guys want to talk about how the concentration of oxygen used to be higher in the atmosphere and centipedes used to be like 10 feet long? You guys want to talk about that? Because I don't. I don't want to talk about that at all. Silly question. Where are people getting the trans flag emoji? I want it. I think it's just an emoji. Like, I think it's literally just in the standard emotes. Freddy thinks he's the boss. He does. He does. Living pipe cleaners. Holy crap. Yeah, silverfish are disgusting. You can also look up Freddy ate the spider. I'm so sorry to all the spider friends. Freddy ate him. He unalived the spider. RIP spider. Yeah, house centipedes are absolutely disgusting. Don't look those up if you don't want to be horrified. But house centipedes are absolutely disgusting. The previous there was this one place I was staying at that had a bunch of those in the garage, and like awful. Freddy thinks he's the boss for sure. House centipedes are way creepier than normal ones. I know, and they like specifically live in houses. Earwigs are horrible too. Oh god, we need to stop talking about this. Like, you guys are gonna make me freak out. But hey, I'm gonna take a quick break. I have to run to the bathroom, and I want to get this lint off my face. It's like stuck to my face. I don't even know what that is, but I will be right back. I'm just gonna slap this. I need to get like an actual like BRB screen or whatever, but I'm just gonna do this. I will be back in a minute or two. Oh, actually, I'll like leave the camera running again. Oh, Freddy, why did you just bite my leg? What the? Why did you do that? Why would you do that? That's rude. Rude. God, he's so needy. He's like, pay attention to me or I will eat you. I'll eat you. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Oh, let's see here. Took off my leggings because they were getting a little warm. It's kind of crazy. Like, I got lights and stuff, and it gets so warm after like 2 hours. It's like genuinely kind of super warm in here. I might crack a window. Yeah, I'm gonna do that real quick. Let me crack. Let me grab a toy. 1 second. I don't know if Freddie wants to play or what. You want to play, Flan? Are you just begging for food, or do you want to play? Oh yeah, you want to play a little bit? Yeah, he wants to play it. Okay, what's chat? I have tattoos. Yeah, let me show off my tattoos in a second. Oh my gosh, you guys are chatting a lot. Hi there over the rainbow. Love the trans flag. I didn't know it was International Asexuality Day. That's cool. I'm demi, so isn't that part of the ace spectrum or something? Where's the Oh my gosh, I'm still scrolling. You guys chatted so much. I was gone for like 3 minutes. Okay. Or he's hungry. Freddy is not hungry. He is hungry, but he's always hungry. Okay, I'm just gonna scroll down to the bottom of chat. Let me you can repeat something if I didn't see it. I'm not gonna temp ban you for trans flag. I wasn't even here, so it's totally fine. Hey, about 5 months ago, I was kicked out of my apartment for being trans. I'm so sorry to hear that, Josie. That's really unfortunate. Really unfortunate. Bookworm said, do I smoke trees? I have a medical card. I've had it for like 5 or 6 years. I have CTPSD. Did I say CPTSD? Did I say that right? I can't remember if I don't know. But yeah, I have that, and then some chronic pain that I deal with. So, but mostly for the PTSD. I did say it right? Okay. I doubted myself for a second. But I thought I added a letter for some reason. Yeah, Freddy, are you going crazy? You wanna play with the toy? I'm like trying to read chat and play with the toy. There's also a flag for demisexuality. Oh, really? I didn't know that. You smoke too much and damage your vocal cords. Don't apologize for vocal fry. You know, like I've got a shit ton of vocal fry, and I refuse. I refuse to apologize for it. Wait, are you gonna get it, or are you just gonna stare at it? Come on, Freddy. Go for it. Go for it. Go for it, Fred. Eat it. Aww. He did the goofiest little slide right there. I don't know if you guys can really see all of this. Stepping aside for a bit, maybe back later. I wasn't out yet and I had to go back to my dad's and tell them why I got kicked out. Mom supported at first and then dad outed me on Facebook to everyone. Oh, that's awful. I'm so sorry. Vocal fry is oddly calming to me. I will stand it. Okay. I do voices for D&D and stuff and now I can't. Aw. I'm sorry. He just like wants to stare at it. It makes you dysphoric and dysphoric and depressed. I'm sorry. To be honest, I like women with a nice vocal fry. Well, that's cool. I talked to a soldier doing a PTSD treatment. They basically gave him a shot in his brainstem that paralyzes his fight or flight response for months at a time. It's wild. That does sound pretty wild. I have no idea if I'd want to do something that invasive. Hi there, Ryan. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for being here. I love diving into the LGBT wikis and learning all the words. There's so many. Yes. Can I ask what my sexuality would be classified as? I've never followed the labels. I've just always been attracted to cis and trans women. But I also like a person's quirk. I mean, that sounds like what's the term for like whoosh? Like there's a term for like people that are attracted to masculine people, and it's like andro-romantic or something. Isn't that right? Andro-romantic or androsexual or whatever. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not the best with terms. Oh, buddy. Androsexual? Yeah, is that right? Am I wrong? Is that right? The BRB text is still on the screen. Yeah, I always forget about that when I get back. There we go. Thank you for telling me. Straight people. Why do LGBTQ people have a Pride Month and straight people don't? So you didn't have to pretend to be something you're not for centuries? True. Like culture already does straight pride like every freaking day. So, you know. Finsexual is the converse. Is that true? Finsexual? I don't know. I don't know. I can't tell if Freddy's getting bored with the toy or not. Like he's still going crazy a little bit, but he's just playing with his little mint stick over there. Okay. Oh. Well, I played with you for a little bit, Fred. I thought finsexual was about finance. That doesn't sound, I don't know. The love of money. Yeah, that doesn't really sound right. Yeah, gynosexual is being attracted to women. Or like feminine individuals. I mean, not just women. But like femininity. Being intersex, I vibe with trans folks. They get being feminine but not looking the way people expect. Life in the middle is challenging. Yeah. Especially with like a lot of the policies and anti-trans legislation that's happening, intersex people kind of get disproportionately affected by that kind of stuff. So Fred looks like he wants to go outside. Trust me, Fred does not want to go outside. Fred is a very scaredy cat, and he does not he does not want to go outside. I promise you that. He is way too scared of everything. Finsexual is a thing with Finster. Oh, okay. That makes more sense now. That makes more sense now. I don't. Okay. What's the term for those that are attracted to any and all genders, but also not attracted to any and all genders, or is that just depression? Well, like pan is being attracted to all genders, but I feel like that was a joke. Sorry, didn't read the second half comprehension. I like the no, it has nothing to do with Finster. Okay, well, I don't know. Well, I don't know. I have no idea. Fwed. How's my Fweddy baby? Yeah, how's your Fweddy baby doing? He's a good boy. He's a good boy. You're a very good boy, Fwed. I thought pan meant you were attracted to a person based on connection. What pan means that you are attracted to someone, like, basically regardless of gender. Like, you are attracted to all genders. So you're not really like for a lot of pan people, gender is not a consideration. Like, it does not matter to them. So like being attracted to someone's like a personal connection would probably be demisexual. Because you need to have a personal emotional connection with someone to feel sexually attracted to them, which is what I am. I'm demisexual. So I'm fine not having a label, just knowing what I like. That is totally acceptable. Just like do what you want to do and don't worry about the label. Like it doesn't really matter. What do you think is going to happen to our care? I heard if we write enough comments on the ACA Fed website, there's a chance it won't get passed and we get our healthcare taken away. So they're not gonna pass like a trans healthcare ban through the Senate. Like that's just probably not gonna happen. But what is that flower contraption behind me? It's a water fountain for Fred. But like on a state level, things are happening, and it's obviously very crappy. But yes, so there was the comment period that happened. I think that's over now, right? The comment period for those like I don't remember what it was anymore. But I posted links to that on my previous video. So I hope everyone went and did those public comments. But yeah, that kind of stuff is really important. Actually, public comments are what saved adult care in Ohio like a year or two ago. So those kinds of things are really important. Like the legislature passed a gender affirming care ban through a veto in Ohio. They got 2/3 of the legislature to vote on it and passed it. And after the governor had vetoed it, and then it went to the Department of Public Health or whatever in Ohio, and we had a public comment story, or oh my gosh, public comment period. And then after that, like the response was so intense and so immense that the state had to capitulate and be like, we can't do this. It's like going to cause obvious harm. But they still banned care for minors, just not for adults. So it was not great. But then we recently had that story where a judge ruled on it and basically blocked the minor care ban in Ohio. And I wonder how that's going. Like, I wonder if that's a thing that's happening. Like if kids in Ohio are able to get their care back or whatever. I just wanted to say really quick that I have a link tree. It's the pinned chat in my chat section here. It's my link tree. You can click it, it opens up, and then you can go to my Discord and join that. We have a very friendly community. I would love to see some of you in there if you wanna be a part of the community. I chat in there every day. We've got lots of cool people in there who are looking to connect and organize and all that wonderful stuff. So if you're looking for a support network, you know, we can't be mental health professionals. Like we're not here to be therapists or anything, but we can definitely help out with the you know, just being there for you, building community. I think that that's really important. I mean, we've had some pretty cool things happen in the Discord. Like recently with the hands off protest, there was someone who wanted to go but couldn't afford it, and someone paid for an Uber for someone to go to a protest. So like that was really awesome. Also, there was someone in my Discord who was running for local office as like a library person. I don't remember the exact title, and she won a local race. So like we have people um in my Discord that they're doing things, you know, getting organized. And it's also just a good support network. We have a lot of people in there that are cool. Ohio's ban on gender affirming care for minors is unconstitutional and must be permanently blocked from being enforced. A 3-judge panel of appellate judges ruled Tuesday. The law also banned trans women and girls from participating in female sports. You couldn't link it. That's okay. I need to figure out how to like make it so that people can link things. I think that YouTube just doesn't let people link things. I don't know if that's something I can change, or we can post memes and giggle together. Yeah, there are some pretty fire memes that get shared in the Discord. I get a good laugh out of some of those memes. So I appreciate people that share there. 1 sec, I'll double check where I'm from. Oh, I know, just to show it, Leah, do you know the transposition? I've heard from them and heard of them. They wanted to have me on their, it's a podcast, right? They wanted to have me on their podcast, but I think they record on Thursdays, and I like work like every Thursday night, like every single one. So it's like, it's kind of difficult for me to collab with people when I'm working a full-time job, and you know, I just don't have a lot of time. Speaking of memes, Joe Biden was a meme lord while he was VP for Obama. Yeah, I guess. I want to engage more. I'm just busy. Hey, I get it. It's totally fine. Yeah, like use the Discord as much as you want. Like it's for you, you know, like there's no social obligation or anything. You just have to or you don't have to do anything. You just do what you want to do with the thing. I don't fully understand the transport thing. I watched the videos. I know it's complex and nuanced. Not sure it makes sense to have the same policy across all sports, though. So sports agencies like the Olympics and MMA and like they all have their own regulations and their own enforcement for those regulations. Like a lot of them do hormone tests and stuff, and that's a thing that they handle within their own regulatory agencies, and I trust those regulatory agencies to do those things. Like, I don't think we need... Freddie, what are you doing? Freddie, no! Freddie, no! Freddie, go to the freaking litter box. No, Fred. I saw it coming. He was acting weird. He had his butt in a weird position. He just shit on the floor. Freddie, go to the litter box. Go to the litter box. God, it smells so horrible. Ugh. Okay, well, I don't want to have to end my stream right here, but I at least have to pause the stream to like clean that up. Oh, Fred. He's lucky. I love him so dang much. He's lucky. because he's disgusting. He's been getting a lot better on the new food, but like he still has accidents. Like once every like 2 or 3 days, he has an accident. And so like I don't know what exactly the issue is. Like I don't know. I'm just gonna have to keep trying stuff. Like I got him on this new diet and it got so much better. I was hoping it would just like fix the issue sort of, but that is not what happened. Fred. Oh, Fred. Oh, Fred. Okay, well, you all hang out for a minute. I will be back, I guess, while I clean up Fred's poopy doop. Oops, trying to click the thing. There we go. I'll be right back. Okay. I'm back. I saw Bookworm say before I left that he's mad at me for ignoring him. Sometimes I wonder if he does that. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, Fred has legitimate accidents. But sometimes I wonder if he does a few of them on purpose, just because he's like, you're not petting me enough, so I'm gonna shit everywhere. He's such a gross boy. He's such a gross boy. This is why I have a dog. Well, like, cats are really clean, and like they usually use the litter box really reliably. He's just got like IBS or something. This started happening like a year ago, or maybe a little less than that, where like he just started getting a little upset, like upsetty in the tummy, and started having a lot of accidents. Yeah, boy. I don't know. I really don't know what. I really don't know what the heck. Is he fixed? Yeah, he's fixed. I don't know what it is. I'm gonna try. So like I've had him on. It was faster than I expected. I have all the stuff sitting over there to clean it up. Like I like have stuff ready to clean it up, and also it was not that big of a. It was like a pretty small accident, so wasn't that hard to clean up. But he was on these fecal transplant pills that were supposed to like seed the, like help the gut biome and stuff. And like they weren't doing anything. So I took it off I took him off of it, but I might put him back on the fecal transplant pills because he's on a new diet now. And I feel like the new diet has calmed down his, like he used to be so upset with his tummy that I feel like the pill was just getting flushed out. Like it wasn't doing anything. It was just, getting pushed out. So hopefully with him being better, the pill will actually like sit in there and do good things. Um uh let's see what's going on here. It was a fun stream. Unfortunately, I got to get up early for work tomorrow. Hope to finish a 10-hour call. Freddie feels better. Thanks, Matt. I hope you have a good one. It's because of the live stream. Cats are smart. I mean, it might be. He just like actually poops everywhere all the time. Like it's not like an isolated incident. He just has like a bad tummy thingy. I'll see you, Livy. Have a good one. Thank you for being here. Several months ago, I told a friend about Finster, and my friend asked, "Who is that? Sphincter? What? Did they think that that's what you said?" But yeah, I think I'm gonna put Freddie back on the fecal transplant pills and see if like maybe it'll be more effective this time around because his tummy is like less upset in general. So like with there being less inflammation, with him like having less accidents, like there will be more. I don't know. It's worth a try. Like honestly, I don't know what else to do. Like I've tried so many things. The idea of fecal transplant grosses me out, to be honest. Well, yeah, I mean it's gross, but like, it really works. The idea, I already know that. On trans issues, I wish it was looked at from the outcome of point of view. Oh, from the outcome point of view, if the goal was to do the right thing instead of follow dumb regulation. I guess that, sure. More time between shitting, more time for pills to dissolve. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I've heard of people getting them. Yeah, I mean, it's like it's actually a really it's funny how gross it is, but how I'm sure he just wants more attention. I mean, he does want more attention, but like you have to understand that this has been going on for an incredibly long time, and it is not. He's not just pooping on the floor because he wants to. Like, trust me on that. This is like an actual issue he's having. He's had diarrhea for like 8 months straight. Um, yeah, not to talk about something super gross for a while, but you know, it's just something that it's been going on for so long. I don't know. I'm doing everything I can, and I just feel so bad for the little guy. I want him to be better. I want him to just be better, you know, but nothing I try seems to help. I mean, well, the food helped, but I don't know. I think I might be able to. I'm just gonna hope that I can figure something out. The last video you did, I was very impressed with how much courage it takes to do that. You're talking about the thing with Marcy? Yeah, that is a lot of courage. I'm gonna be totally real with you. I feel like the thing that Marcy did, like I feel like she didn't understand necessarily the gravity of what she well, I mean she did, but like um I think she must have believed that there was a chance that she wasn't going to get arrested. Um like there's a lot of people that were in the comment section saying like, wow, to take on that level of risk at this particular time is kind of wild. And I just think that she's one like I don't think Marcy was really tuned in politically. So I don't know if she knew exactly how much of a risk she was taking. I mean, she said in her note that she knew that she could get arrested and that, you know, she mentioned the statistics on sexual assault. I mean, it's really impressive. It takes a lot of, regardless of how informed she was about the consequences and how whatever, like, still takes a lot of courage to do something like that. Catnip can apparently lead to slower digestion. Too much can lead to constipation, but a small amount might help. Ooh, my tummy's feeling weird. Um, yeah, I might try a little bit of like regular catnip. That might actually help. So I'll look into that. Does anyone know if there's a GoFundMe for her defense? I have not seen anything. Let me uh. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything. I'm not seeing a GoFundMe for her currently. Maybe that's something someone will set up in the future. Um, yes, that civil disobedience was really well done, but I do hear people saying don't get arrested if you're trans, but her case might end up going to a higher court and challenging the law entirely. Right, exactly. I do hear people saying don't do this, don't take that risk right now. But I like it's already risky to be trans in the modern era. Like we're gonna need, you know, we need people to take risks, and like me being on YouTube here is a risk. For real. Like that's why I'm very careful about sharing information about like where I live and stuff, because you know, like this is a risk. I'm putting myself out there for harassment, other potential things could happen to me for speaking my mind and doing what I'm doing. But I think it's worthwhile because I think this is an important moment. Marcy seems to believe people are fundamentally good in the end based on her letter. I don't know if I agree with that view, but the action is admirable either way. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. That's a good way to put it. Like in her letter, she you know, she mentioned that she understood the risks, but then she also mentioned that she wasn't quite sure they were going to arrest her, and you know, that's definitely a point of view to have, but I'm proud of you. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, Skylar, you're risking yourself a lot by running for office. That's true. And I'm proud of you for taking on that risk. Being a trans person, taking a person to court this year over a hate crime last year, you know, everything we do while trans is risk these days. We got to be strong and push through it all. Yeah, exactly. That's true. Like existing is a risk as a trans person right now. Same. I don't really believe people are good, but I'm a pessimist, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, that's, you know, that's a really fundamental political thing or philosophical thing we can discuss, but everyone's going to have a different conclusion. Oh gosh. The sleep deprivation is hitting me really hard. I'm not going to lie. I may be winding down a little bit. I wish I could stream longer, but I was barely able, like I was considering not streaming today at all, and I decided to get I did it. I'm here, but I don't know how much longer I can go. There's a community center for LGBT people in my city. I'm planning to go there tomorrow. Oh, that's cool. See if you can do something to help out. That's really, really good. I get stared at. Sometimes people say stuff. Yeah, I especially when I was really early in my transition, I got stared at a lot. I got a lot of weird looks. And I still get them from time to time. Marcy can get the arrest thrown out due to the arresting officer searching your car without a warrant or due cause. I feel like they're going to argue that her admitting she wants to break the law is due cause. Like I think that's how they're going to try to argue it, but I do feel like it is an illegal search. So if these protests intensify and become more frequent, do you see the foundation of MAGA shaking? Yeah, for sure. Like these protests are a really good thing to see. It's heartening. Like for one thing, protests like that will organize people. People will, you know, go to a protest and then they'll try to get involved with the organization holding the protest, or they'll try to get involved in some other way. And so it's like a gateway to political involvement, but also like these protests signal the energy and the mood and the level of discontent in the population. Like I mentioned earlier, Republicans are canceling their town halls because they're sick of getting screamed at, and that energy is not going to just go away. These people are not just going to go home and give up. Like it's going to make them more mad. It's going to like this, like it's giving people a permission structure for their anger. You know what I mean? Like these protests give people the ability to structure their anger in a productive way, in a show of force. Essentially, it's a show of force, and it's important. I was gonna ask, I thought you normally stream on Mondays. I do like to stream on Mondays. I work tomorrow, so I can't stream tomorrow. Normally I have Mondays off, but I am actually taking next weekend off. I will be traveling to a Fire and Flow festival, so I will not be here next weekend. I do actually get back like Sunday, and I'm off on the next Monday, so I may stream next week. But I might not. There might not be a video this next week. I'm still trying to figure out if I'm gonna be able to do that. Just I'm gonna be gone, like basically Wednesday through Sunday. So I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get a video out this coming week. So I definitely wanted to make sure I was streaming today so that I could, you know, get you guys a stream before I'm potentially gone for a week or so. I am honestly terrified for her, and the thing about sexual assault just makes it worse. I hope and pray that she doesn't have to go through any of that. Yeah, I mean it's a real risk. You know, you jail a woman with men, like you know what I mean? Like it's really sad. Don't know if she believed she would get arrested. The letter was meant for everyone to see that what the right thing is and how the state violated was right. I thought it was a perfect letter. I thought her letter was pretty good. I thought it was a pretty good letter. we need to be getting to know our neighbors at these things. Yeah, when you're going to these protests, like I know a lot of us on the left have a lot of like, you know, social anxiety, especially if you're trans. That can be a very anxious thing, especially in the environment currently. But like meeting people and networking and getting to know the people in your community is so important right now. It's vital. So I really recommend doing that because you never know what kind of actions that'll lead to. And if anything, it just will help you build a support network, and people knowing that the people around you care about you is a very, very good feeling in this day and age. Definitely super stoked you're getting out there and back to dancing. Yay, thank you. Yeah, I'm excited to go to the Flow Festival. I miss Flow Arts a lot, so they will also force her to detransition, and they will do a breast examination to determine whether or not she can have a bra. Well, I'm pretty sure a judge blocked that executive order. Now, of course, they're ignoring some of those executive orders, but I'm pretty sure they're not allowed to withhold care. Like that got blocked. So gave the Transgender Day of Visibility opening speech at Denver rally at the Capitol. There were a few haters, but many, many more supporters. I still believe there are more good than evil people. Oh, that's really nice to hear. Good for you. Good for you for giving that speech. That's awesome. I totally appreciate you streaming tonight, and I really look forward to it. Thank you. Oh, well, I appreciate you, One Love. You're always so kind. I really appreciate that. Networking feels so hard, to be honest, but I always sucked at networking, in my opinion. Honestly, at times I feel so alone. Well, that's what networking, it's not easy, but like I definitely feel like you should you know, you should yeah. They will do what they want. Rules don't matter anymore. I mean, look, like we are in the midst of that. We will see what happens. Like, yes, they are defying judges' orders constantly right now. Like they're sort of just trying to get away with it, but we're sort of in the midst of that constitutional crisis, and it's hard for me to say what's going to happen in the future. Um, Listening to people like Legal Eagle, essentially the next step would be putting them in contempt of court and then having the U.S. Marshals um, come in and try to enforce these court orders. But you know, I mean, we'll see what happens. It really is a power struggle. I have multiple neighbors with Trump flags still up. I don't know if I'd be more at risk to talk with these people or not. Well, obviously within reason. Like obviously within reason. Um, what is the charge for using the restroom? It's trespassing. It's a trespassing charge. Um, it was a bit depressing when my partner and I couldn't really get a chance to talk to people while we were protesting. Oh, what do you mean you couldn't really get a chance to talk to people? What do you mean it was just like it was just very busy, like a lot of people and stuff, like hard to talk to people? Or some people need to be incredibly brave. Chelsea Manning risked her mental health and chose to go to solitary over sealed grand juries. I feel for their safety, but I bow to their courage and ethics. Trespassing, isn't it public property? Yeah, but they the way they have the law written, essentially they uh define bathrooms as like single sex spaces, and they try to argue that it's stupid. No one was engaging with us when we tried to chat. I'm sorry to hear that. That's no good. Like, leftists can be kind of bad at socializing. Um, Try not to be too discouraged about that. There's always next time. Just because you had a bad luck streak this time around doesn't mean you will in the future. It's the Twilight Zone out there. Yeah, I mean, we are really in the midst of a constitutional crisis, and it's hard to predict what's going to happen in the future. I don't think we've ever seen this level of blatant disregard for rule of law. Do I think little Ronnie will be voted out in the next election, given how much support MAGA are losing in recent election trends? Oh, by the time we get to the midterms, the Republicans are going to be so deeply unpopular that it should be the easiest election in the history of the Democratic Party to win. But the Democrats are uniquely incompetent and stupid and a weak party. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what we're gonna see. I really hope that the left can politically get its shit together and have like a real show of force during the midterms. But I don't know. I do think that a Democrat is likely to win the presidential in 28, but we'll see. The protest was the important thing. Yeah, that's true. We're in uncharted waters right now. We certainly are. I feel like it's a violation of their business licenses to handle the bathroom stuff adversely. He's term limited, silly. He is term limited. They are trying to get around the term limits. But did you mean Ron DeSantis? Oh, you meant Ron DeSantis. I don't know why I was talking about. Sorry. I don't know. When is he up for re-election? Oh, he's term limited. Okay. Okay. All right. Yeah. I don't know why I'm so sleepy that I thought you were talking about Donald Trump. I'm going to get off of here so you can sleep. Thank you so much. You're appreciated. Thank you, Josie. I hope you have a good one. I am definitely going to get out of here soon. The sleep deprivation is crashing me super hard right now. Like it's hitting me really hard. We got to get rid of Chuck. Yeah, we need to get rid of Chuck Schumer. He sucks. He absolutely sucks. Come to Colorado. We are still pretty sane here at the moment. I actually really like Colorado. I've been there before. It's really nice. The altitude sickness made me feel like crap though. Like I got some I'm really susceptible to altitude sickness, and I felt absolutely like garbage for the first 2 days that I was in Colorado. And then after that, every time I like went to a different city, it like changes the elevation and it's just blah, blah. Need more calls for him to step down. He's legitimately trying to get around the term limits, and at the end of the day, SCOTUS will be the decider, and they're not exactly our friends. Yeah, but like what Trump is doing is such a blatant disregarding of law, and like if the Supreme Court comes out and says like the president doesn't have to listen to court orders, the Supreme Court would essentially just be ripping up the Constitution. You know? Like I don't know. It's hard. It's hard to tell. Like again, it's hard to tell what's going to happen in the future. Like if the Republican Party were smart, they would start distancing themselves from Trump. They would like start removing themselves from like Trump is going to get more politically toxic as time goes on. And if the right wingers are smart, they're looking for an exit. They're looking for the next person. They're looking for if they seriously put their weight behind Trump a third term, then they are at a level of insanity that is beyond salvation, because like Trump is going to be older than Biden was when he ended his term, when he ends his term. And he's already so mentally diminished. Like Trump is not going to be able to do a third term. Even if they find some way to have him run, they're going to be running a corpse. Like they're going to be running like a sundown. Like he's already sundowning. You know what I mean? It's just like, I don't know, guys. Like I think the Republican Party needs to be looking for an exit sign, and we'll see. Girl, get some rest. Yeah, I will soon. I'll get out of here soon. It saddens me as a non-American to see so much LGBTQIA plus stuff pushed down, like so much progression for it all to be ruined for no reason. Well, you know, we got to be careful about it because like social progress, like yes, like political progress and the things they're doing with the executive orders, that is like really pushing back legislative progress and stuff, which is like, this is why we need to get this stuff passed into law. Like we need protections passed into law. We can't do these executive order protections because like it's easy for the Republicans to just get rid of them every time they take office. And we can't keep doing this rubber banding between having rights and not having rights. Like that's just not good. Like we need the protections to be uh enshrined into law. But like social progress has not been pushed back really, like at all. Like as much as they would like you to think so, as much as they want you to think that they have a massive mandate, social progress is kind of solid and it's not really going anywhere. So yes, it's a little regressive. It's definitely regressive, but like it's more of a temporary regression. Like we'll come back, we'll fight, we'll find a way forward and keep fighting for our rights. And if the right wingers were smart, yeah, they're not. Do I think Musk will seriously drop out of politics, or do I think it's all for show? So he's signaling that he'll drop out of politics, which made his stock prices go back up a little bit. So there's part of that. Like there's a financial incentive for him to like pretend that he's gonna get out of the game. I mean, I feel like it's not sustainable what he's doing right now. I feel like what Musk is doing is something that if he continues will only worsen his situation in the future. Like the consequences will only get more dire over time. Totally gotta go. Don't want to sleep depression train. Thanks for the chat. They'll put Vance in. Yeah, Vance. I hope they run Vance in 28. If they run Vance in 28, we will for sure win. We will like 110% win. I don't think Trump's health will hold up much longer, at least his mental health. Yeah, like he's been slipping for years. Like Trump's mental health has been he's been sundowning for like 2 to 3 years. Like he's completely cooked. If you listen to him talk, like shocking. Like the only reason he sounds more coherent than Biden is because he has like higher levels of energy. Like that's the only reason he sounds more put together than Biden. Is because he sounds like more energetic. But like his actual words and the stuff he's saying, if you like look at a transcript of it, is like it's almost all garbage nonsense. Like it almost all means nothing. Or he starts repeating the same thing that he's repeated 700,000 times, like his campaign speech, which is essentially like it's like a sundowning trait, you know, like he's just going to his greatest hits because his brain doesn't work and he can't have any new original thoughts. I listened to the RNC speech and it was a word salad. Yeah, for sure. I recently saw a YouTube video with Vivian. She's cute. It was like an hour and a half. She's currently in Japan. Yeah. Yeah, no, Vivian's pretty cool. We talked about her earlier. Sneezing, cocaine. Yeah. I'm still live watching Breaking Bad. Oh yeah. I'm not gonna be live for too much longer. I have seen family members around that age show similar symptoms to Trump now. Yeah. Vivian did a stream for with Dead Domain. Yeah, I saw that they did a stream together. Like I think that's the second one they did. Hey Fred, are you done pooping everywhere? Are you done letting your butt explode all over the place? Did you go to the bathroom? Oh, I never showed my tattoos. That's like the last thing I'm gonna do. I'm gonna show my tattoos, and I'm gonna get out of here. Because I someone mentioned them earlier. So I have a fairy tale tattoo. It's just like the fairy tale guild symbol, and then I have 2 Full Metal Alchemist tattoos. I don't know how to show them really. It's like the snake and the cross and the Ouroboros tattoo. You saw the one she did with Hassan? Yeah, that one was pretty good. Pretty good. Those are Fred just fell over. Those are unfortunately my only tattoo. I've had sleeves planned out for like forever, but I can't afford it. So if you guys help me get to a level of fame where I can actually make money from this, like good money, then I would for sure get sleeves. I'm just being honest about that now. That's probably like the most frivolous thing I would get if I got money from content creation, like real money, is I would probably get my sleeve tattoos. But they're gonna continue to exist as a dream because I cannot afford that. My sleeves would be pretty expensive and I just can't afford it. Just glad I was able to make it to your stream. Thank you. Yeah, thank you all for being here. I appreciate you all so much. I've got the link tree pinned in the chat. You can click that link tree and go to the Discord and join the Discord. It would be amazing to see more people join in there and interact with the community. I'm in there chatting daily. You got leg tattoos too? Oh, okay, cool. You spent $3,000 on your left arm sleeve tattoo? Yeah, they're expensive. It's expensive. I'd love to get tattoos, but unfortunately it makes it harder to get work. It depends where, like what you work, what field you're working and stuff. Yeah. We'll be lucky to afford shirts. That's true. First time proper being in a stream. It was fun. Well, I'm glad you were here. Yeah, I appreciate you all so much. And I will, I'll either be back. I'll have another stream next week on Monday, when I'm back from the festival, but I also, I might not have a video out this next week. We'll see. I'm not sure. I'll try maybe to get a video out, but I can't really promise that because, you know, the trip and everything is gonna make it really hard to do something like that. But we will see. We will see. Okay. Well, anyway, thank you all so much for being here. I will something. I don't know. Oh yeah, drink water. Can you all just drink some water, please? Do that. Yeah, go do that. Go drink some water. Okay. Bye-bye. Have a good one. Thanks for being here.